Okay.
All right, welcome to our starting off of our gold group, Road to Gold. And we're really excited, Bree and I. And by the way, my name is Alita Allen. I'm an Emerald Ambassador. If you don't know me, if I haven't met you, maybe we're not on the same team. Bree and I are sideline sisters, which is super fun. Or maybe you're brand new to either of our teams, and we're so happy to connect with you and just talk to you guys about going gold. Some of you on here are seasoned ambassadors, have been with us for a while, but are deciding to work your business and take it from silver to gold. So if you're on this call, you are already silver, which means you've already had 3 friends or family members join you, and you've already earned $175. Amazing, right? This is the month to build your team. I feel so confident about it because we've got this going silver incentive right now from Plexus that really is going to make it easy for you to start sharing going silver with your team. If you have 1 person under you, you have 3 already, you have a team. You have a team that can go silver. So the purpose of this call, the purpose of the next 6 weeks is going to be empowering you guys to walk out there and build your team to a gold business, to a gold team. Gold is said to be one of the hardest ranks to achieve in Plexus, and I fully agree because you're really kind of pushing the ball uphill. You're starting to get going. You're trying to find people on your teams who want to build under you. So today's whole purpose, we're going to be really short and sweet because we know it's Super Bowl Sunday. I don't even know what that means hardly, but I get that people are busy. So what we wanted to do today was just share our stories to gold. And you're going to hear over the next 6 weeks other people's testimonies of how they got to gold. And you're going to hear tips from Bree and I on how we believe you can build to gold. Okay. So this is a really exciting month, like I said. And so when I started Plexus, I went silver. It took me 17 days to go silver. So some of you on here went silver really fast, and some of you took 6 or 7 months to go silver. It's all okay. It's all a journey, and it's all your journey. So there's no comparison here. And I joined at the very end of May, and I went gold in July. And what I did to go gold is June was a building month for me. I built like a crazy person. I really encouraged my friends who had joined me to start sharing immediately. I'm like, you've got to share these products. I was so on fire about the products. I was extremely product driven. So I was really having everybody go silver. I really believed in the power of 3 because I was blindly trusting my upline, my friend Jennifer, who was my training upline. And I trusted her, and she said to me, get everybody on your team silver. So that's what I did. There was no exception to the rule. If they said to me, I don't really want to work the business. And I was totally freaked out to post. I was totally freaked out to tell people about the business, but I wanted everybody going silver. I was product driven. So when they would say, I don't want the business, I'm like, yeah, I totally get it. Either did I, but you really need to go silver. Why would you want to pay for your own products? Like, I don't get that. And this month, especially with the incentive, it makes no earthly sense for someone not to go silver. So I just reached out to all of them as they would join our teams. We were telling them, hey, go silver. The other thing that I did that was really effective was Sip and Seas. We call them Sip and Seas, but it's an opportunity event. You've probably been to one or heard about them maybe, or had a VIP online event. But this is where I would have events. I would, let people come over to my house. I would go over to their house and say, hey, just grab your friends. We're not a party business, that's for sure. You don't need to do parties, but I wanted to share these products. I'm like, get me in front of some people and let me do this. So if someone joined locally, I asked them to do it. If they didn't want to do the business part, I said, it's totally fine. I'll sign them up under you anyway. I'll help coach them, and you're just going to earn some money. I would say, I really don't even think anybody did, but just for statistic wise, let's just say 99% said yes. Most people aren't going to turn you down to earning money, especially when they know that products can help their friends and that they don't have the pressure of sharing it, takes it off of them. So if you've never done a Sip and See, I want you to schedule one ASAP. Schedule one for your house, schedule one for your team, schedule something to where your team can connect with you. Sorry, my throat got dry there for a second. So the Sip and See was huge for our team. And we grew like crazy fast when we were doing that. So just connecting with them and getting eye to eye with people. This is a relationship business. So the more you can connect with people, the better. So I went silver in 17 days. And though two of my friends who made me silver, I was like, you're doing this business with me. We're going to do this. So let's go for it. And we did Sip and Seas. And then when I was at a Sip and See, what I would do is I would get really bold. I would get really courageous. I'd have to stand in the back of the room and like work up my courage. And then I'd walk up to the person who just signed up and be like, we should totally do one for you too. And she would be like, well, I don't know. Like, I just want to try it first. I'm like, I totally get that. So did I. But you've got friends out there probably with migraines and diabetes and high blood pressure. And I really think that they could use it. I'll come and I'll talk. You don't have to say a thing. They're like, okay. And I said, no, I'll put them under you and you'll make some money. They're like, yeah, okay. So we were doing quite a few Sip and Seas. That's how I personally did it. I wanted to run. I wanted to move. This business loves speed. The faster you can go, the better. You're going to hit building seasons where you're building really, really hard. And then you're going to hit seasons where you're just kind of training and connecting. And it's a little bit easier. But the road to gold needs some speed. So when you wake up in the morning and you say your affirmations, I want you saying something like, my business is speedy. I love speed. My name is Speedy Gonzalez. I don't know, but say something about speed and affirm that to yourself that you can do this quickly. So just really be thinking about who you could have a Sip and See with, who could have one for you, who could host one, and just get in front of people to where you can connect and get those people started on these products. So that's how I started on my road to gold. And I wanted Bree to share hers, of course. Bree, do you want to share? I don't know where you went. Somehow you disappeared from my screen. Are you on here?
I'm still here. Yeah.
Okay.
My computer, my name is Brianne Coolidge, and like Lita said, I'm on an Emerald team in Pennsylvania, and we are Sideline Sisters, and that's one of the biggest blessings in this. We met at Jewel Training in June last year, and she's become one of my absolute dearest best friends. And this company, this business, the way that this is all set up, I'm convinced utterly that does not happen in other companies.
Yeah.
You know, you don't join teams and share secrets and build each other up from other teams in any other business besides Plexus. And that is one of the biggest blessings. Let me mute everybody there. And so when I started this, it was just a little bit over 2 years ago. I was the complete opposite of Alita. And that's also what I love about this business is that there are so many different ways to build and to get where you want to get. And what I want you to know right now is no matter where you are on this journey, no matter where you've been, no matter where you want to go, it is your journey. Do not compare your chapter 10 to somebody else's chapter 30. You cannot do that in this business. This is your race to run. And I also think that that's one of the best things that I had going for me was that I had no idea what I was doing. My upline was not super active. We were acquaintances. She signed me up. My closest diamond is a level 7 to me. So there was not duplication. There was not any of that stuff happening. I didn't have somebody telling me what silver was. I went silver and then somebody was like, oh, hey, congratulations. And the only reason that I really went silver was because that's the only way that I knew how to sign people up. I had no other idea. So I called up my mom. I called up 2 other allergy mamas and they signed up as wholesale. And at that point in time, for you to be considered silver, they had to have on their convenience orders to be able to commission qualify them. 2 years ago, you had to have on a convenience order to be able to get money back. And my second upline sent me a message and she said, you would just go silver if you would just call those people back and ask them to turn on their convenience orders. And I was like, no way. Like, that's the most uncomfortable thing ever. All they wanted to do was get their products. I am not messaging anyone. And she said, well, it's $100. And I was like, okay, I'll message them. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. But I did not. So that was I joined the end of August. I went silver in like a week and a half, but I didn't know what I was doing. And I didn't really start actively building. I did not want anything. Who told me that I should post on Facebook, I told them to not ever message me again because I did not want to post and I was never going to be a salesperson. So if you started out with not a lot of belief, it's okay. You can build that belief, but you're here for a reason. You're silver. You got here. No matter how you got here, you're here. And what the rest of this looks like, now you have the training, you have the people that you can tap into, and you can run with this, because I didn't have any of that. And that's also the beauty in this, is that it doesn't take rocket science to do this. It really doesn't. It just takes heart and passion. And so while Alita was doing lots of sip and shares and doing lots of things to get other people silver, I did not talk to anybody about the business side. And I'm not saying to do that, because I have completely done a 360 and I will talk to anybody about the business side. But I completely went silver without any runners, without telling anyone, or went gold without telling anybody else that they should start sharing. I just had found 20 people and they ended up ordering as wholesale, and that was that. So I ended up actually on Jennifer Leith, I went to Super Saturday on a complete whim and came home that month and told, oh, sorry, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Told my husband that I was all in, and we went we went gold that January with 20 people. And even after that, it was kind of like we were product based. If people wanted to talk about the business, I would talk to them about it a little bit. And then the ball just started rolling. So just like Alita said, always be building. It's super, super important to duplicate. It's super important to tell your team how to go silver, that they can get their products paid for, especially this month. But always do your IPAs first, because you always want to be growing and you always want to be adding. Go silver, the diamonds in the company, they are the first to tell you that all that they have done to reach those goals is that they have gone silver more times than anyone else, and that they've taught their teams how to do the same thing. And that's my goal every month. It's my next goal is Sapphire, obviously. That's what comes next for us. But before we even think about any of that, my goal is to go silver every single month. You go silver every single month, you get those people loving their products, and you help your team do the same thing, and you will end at gold. Don't think about it in terms of black and white and what has to happen to get you to that next level. You need 20 people on your level through 3. Make your list, put things down in front of you, but know that the process and those IPAs and that duplication is super important. Talk to people, share your heart, have those sip and shares. That was one thing that I ended up doing that January. Once I decided that I was going to be all in, I had never been to a sip and share. I had no idea what they looked like. I watched a YouTube video and I saw somebody posting about or doing a video about a sip and share. I watched the corporate video like 15 times that day and just ended up doing one. Had no idea what I was talking about, but nobody else in the room did either. So it ended up working out really, really well. I opened up my house and people just came over. So don't think that it has to be this like grand gesture that you need to rent out ballrooms and like have all these posters. You don't. People don't care about any of that stuff. They just want to hear your heart and your passion. And that's all it takes every day in this, is just doing it scared. And if you, I did a live in the Maui group today, but it's really been something that's hit me hard, that you can do anything scared for a short amount of time. You really can. So if you open up a chat box and you think that you're going to send somebody a message, and then you start thinking, maybe they're going to think differently of me, or maybe they're not going to answer me back, or maybe this, or maybe that. Stop. Send them the message, hit send, close it out. If they message you back, perfect. If they don't, you planted a seed. But you can do anything scared, and you have no idea what the people that you are reaching out to really have hidden behind those, highlight reels on Facebook. Ashley, so the Super Saturday was at the beginning of, sorry, I don't know who that is. I think it's gone. So Super Saturday was like January 6th or 7th that year too. And at the end of that month, I ended up going gold. But it was based on mostly just product teams. Like I had been building and kind of sharing. I'd started a little bit in December. They did this really big promotion. I'm one of those people, if you put a carrot in front of me and dangle it there, like I want the carrot. And they had done a promotion where if you got 8 new ambassadors and 8 new customers, it was $1,000. And so I was like, game on. So we ended up with 8 new customers and 8 new ambassadors. And it replaced my teaching income that month. And I just remember thinking, because I had resigned from teaching to stay home with my 3 kids. And I just remember thinking, if I can just talk to people about products and just share my heart, and I can end up with that much money, like I'm doing this. So we went gold that month in January.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, and I think like I love how different our stories can be. And you're going to hear different stories. You're going to hear people who, just take off like a flash, or people who are slower going, people who start on the products, people who start right away. You're going to hear so many different stories of how this can happen, but really it's your journey, like she said, and it's up to you. But I think the key is step out in faith, step out and do something that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Maybe today you do a Facebook Live with some passion, excitement, getting off this, thinking, I'm going to go gold. Like, I'm going to do this. So I only need X amount of people. Go into your back office, know those things, know those numbers. So when you come to these meetings on Sunday evenings, that you know those numbers. I had a girlfriend who she joined with me, and she actually put circles down when she decided that she was going to go gold. She would write down little 20 circles, and she would check them off after every person that she added in her 1 through 3. Now your 4s do count too, but they're down a point. They're 4 points. So we're going to go into that. We will break up exactly how to go gold over the next 6 weeks. But really what this is inspiration. This is encouragement. This is us coming alongside you, getting to know you guys. Write your questions in the comments of these Zooms. Write your questions when we post the Zoom link for the following week. Write your questions there so we can talk to you and communicate with you and hear maybe some struggles you're having or questions you have so we can answer them. Utilize this time to better your business. We are here. We are committed. We are wanting to support you guys and get you to gold, get you to that rank that can change your life. The average gold income per month is $1,000. I mean, it can change things for you if you can hit gold. And then go on further even and find those business builders under you. So we want to just encourage you guys with that. We're not going to keep you long on those evenings. So definitely, message us with questions so we can get right to the point of what you guys are wanting to know. If you're like, listen, lady, we don't want to hear all the blah, blah, blah. Just get to the point. But the point is, bottom line is have some passion. Let people know that you love these products. And if you're at a place where you're loving the business, let them know that too. There's nothing wrong with calling up a friend and saying, hey, like I'm all in, and I'm really wanting to do this and I want to do this with you. Or doing some sip and sees. Or you can do what Bree did, which is just go and find you some 20 people, folks, and just sign them up and get them to order. That will work too. That does the job. So we are just excited for you guys. Thank you so much for committing, for showing up on a Super Bowl Sunday and saying, here I am. I screenshotted your names who are on here. My eyes are on you. I'm praying for you. I am cheering for you. Bree and I are just like so excited to start this series and really just walk alongside you guys and say, you've got this. So Bree, is there anything else that we wanted to hit on before we wrap it up?
No, same thing. I'm proud of you because showing up is half of it. So many people,
Yes.
And you're going to hear me say this all the time. This is one of my favorite things about this, but I really genuinely love every single thing about the chance that we have every day and what we get to do. But there's room for everyone at the top in this company. There genuinely is. Any single person can get there, but not everybody is going to, because not everyone is going to put in the heart and the soul and the time that it takes to do this. So the fact that you're putting in 30 minutes to pour into each other, to pour into yourselves, that's what it takes. You know, you can work hard and you can work long, or you can work short little increments. It's whatever is your passion and your time that you get to do it, but showing up is the first step. So I'm proud of you guys.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave you, but I want you guys to be thinking about, I want you to know your numbers. I want you to go into your back office. I want you to know how many active ambassadors you have. That means ambassadors ordering. I want you to know the amount of ambassadors you've signed up who aren't ordering anymore. Those people that aren't ordering are just uninspired. So we can talk about how to inspire them to reorder, and we can talk about how to rebuild and get some new ambassadors on as well. So know your numbers for next week. And this week, I want you to do something crazy. So next week when we come on, you can put a little comment down there and say, I did this. I did a Facebook Live for the first time, or I did my very first Sip and See or Sip and Share opportunity event, whatever you want to call it. And let us know what you're doing that's working. Like, communicate with the rest of us and tell us. So you guys are amazing. I've got my eyes on you. We're praying for you and cheering you on. You guys are amazing. Go have fun watching football.
Have a great night, guys.